Alrighty, so final boss Derieri and Monspeet are out, and I'm getting to it a little bit late because I just put up the Tower of Trials guide videos, so if you're trying to do those 3 new floors that got added, I have those up already on the channel, so feel free to subscribe and stuff like that so you don't miss out on those and other cool content. But it is a very interesting final boss, I think, because we have actually almost like a 50-50 split on the team that you should use. So it's almost between, you know, like a goddess team with blue Lizhawk, which I'm assuming is because of her passive, and between the Bond team. And I'm going to use the goddess team first because I just used it and I think that it's really interesting. The one thing I want to figure out is in phase 2, he does put infect on. So I'm assuming, oh, he also puts ignites on as well. I think the whole gimmick here, which I just did a run of it, I think you can get through phase 1 just kind of as quickly as you want to. Derieri in phase 2 will seal everything except for stance cards, and it's a gray debuff that she puts on. It's like 4 gray debuffs, which is kind of concerning. Definitely a lot to deal with there, so you kind of have to just like stall for a turn or two, but overall it's not overly difficult, I don't think. I guess just you're more or less going to be trying to go for like a perfect run for better score, more or less, because they do take a lot of damage and stuff like that nowadays, because it's been quite a while. I think it's been like a year since we've had this this final boss back, so it's not like it's going to be anything super groundbreaking. But I think the whole gimmick with this team in particular is just stalling for a turn or two, trying to make sure that you can get as many debuffs on as you can, so that way it procs a lot of Lizhawk's passive, and then you gain a lot of HP related stats and hopefully kill the same turn. That way you get, you know, all of that extra HP translates into score. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing because you have Red Tarmiel on the team, which I think they're immune to debuffs if I'm not mistaken. I'm not positive on that, but I don't think that they can be skill blocked, which is good. But Lizhawk has a Solidify skill, which gets rid of debuffs and replaces them with Solidify, and Margaret has a Cleanse, and it seems super counterintuitive to have, you know, a Cleanse, like 2 different ways to get rid of debuffs on a team where you ultimately want debuffs. I mean, obviously, if this is the only options we have, that's what they use, and you know, that's the reason why it's so weird and gimmicky, is you need those sort of. You gotta work around that and hope to get really good RNG or whatever for it to work out for a good run. But yeah, I don't know. Most of the time, final bosses are not great. They said in the past few dev notes or whatever, that they're really wanting to try and revamp the way Tower of Trial, or not Tower of Trials, the way the final bosses work, so that way people can do it with more teams and it's not so like unit dependent. Because obviously, like, if you don't have Red Tarmiel, you might not be able to try this team specifically. I don't know exactly if you know, he's doing much for this team. You could probably sub him out, because I would assume that Lizhawk and Margaret are probably doing more than he is, if anything. But I don't know, maybe he is integral to the team. I really can't tell you. But yeah, if you don't have specific units for this, then this team is kind of out of the question for you. And then also, if you don't have the Bond team like already built up or whatever the case may be, then that's also not going to work out for you. So there's kind of a bit to worry about, I think, which is kind of unfortunate. I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this while we can't use it. I don't really even need to use that Margaret card, unfortunately, because it'll cleanse debuffs off, which we're trying to get. So that's a recovery disable on everybody. Unfortunately, Derieri did not use her debuff skill this turn either, which is kind of annoying. So I think we might just go ahead and get rid of Derry, so that way we don't have to worry about her getting rid of our... actually, I think what we're going to do is move Lizhawk cards, because if I can get her ultimate, it's a charge ultimate, and it actually deals really good damage. And one of the gimmick, or one of the like challenges, is to do 450% or 450,000 damage in a single hit. So we'll try that if possible, because my Margaret is not super built up, unfortunately. They're gonna put on the big debuff this turn. You can see we have pretty decent HP. We've got one debuff on at the moment, which is not great. So I guess let's cleanse. We'll put that on. If they don't debuff us, it'll be good, I think, but tough call. Not sure who I want to kill here, if anybody really. I think we might just move, because I don't want to go for too many ults in hand, which I guess they're disabling me, so it wouldn't be the worst to have extra ults in hand. I'm assuming Monspeet's gonna cleanse me though. He didn't cleanse yet. I think it's this maybe third card. Yeah, so he cancels all of the debuffs on me there, so that's kind of unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? Okay, he's using 2 debuff cards, so let's get rid of Deri if possible. Actually, I don't know if I can. I think I need to... I think I'm gonna try to kill Deri with this, and then we will move that to get an ultimate. And hopefully these 2 debuffs that Monspeet puts on will give me decent HP, and then hopefully this will deal enough damage to also give us... Oh, that was Patience. Are you kidding me? Well, that's fantastic. Either way, I don't know. The gimmicks for these are super weird. I'm just like, so it's also really dumb because you know, sometimes you have to, which we didn't even hit the goal there, sometimes you have to like take defense pieces off for certain characters for this kind of stuff, and it's just, I don't know, it's really tedious and kind of annoying. Kind of a bad score there, because I mean, you could see that the top players were having like 6k, like into like 5k score. So we'll try it one more time with the Bond team, see how that goes, and yeah, we'll call it. Alrighty, so we got the Bond team. The reason why this one I think is so good is because Clear Without Dying is not hard. That one's pretty easy. Inflict over 450,000 damage. Also, I don't know if that one will be hard or not. They don't put buffs on or anything like that, so I don't think that the Rupture ultimate is going to be anything crazy. Maybe they're relying on Terry's ultimate or something with that one specifically. But Clear with only human team, that's very straightforward. And Clear only using stance skills, at least, or clear using stance skills 4 times is also pretty easy to do with this team, because you have 2 units that are stancing. So I'm assuming you want to try to, you know, spam stances and stuff like that. Maybe go into the second phase with ults in hand or something, because you're not going to be relying on like trying to get debuffs or anything like that. I don't have like a completely level 100 Bond team because I don't use the Bond team very often, so that might be an issue on trying to get bigger damage. Not sure. I think if anything, the 450,000 in a single attack might be the only thing that we sort of miss out on, but oh well. I mean, that was actually kind of a lot of damage just in one counter from Terry, so I think we'll probably blow through this first phase relatively easily. Not any stance skill draws there, kind of unfortunate. So I think we'll try to get rid of some of these extra skills if possible. Try to draw more Bond cards to maybe merge for phase 2, and hopefully we can draw some stance skills maybe. Decreasing ultimate move gauge on these is also very good. It gives you pretty good score most of the time. Okay, so there's the other 2 that we need. We have a level 3 detonate in hand as well. So that should be... I think just using these 3 cards should be enough to push phase, because even if this doesn't kill, the counter should. He deletes cards, which is a bit unfortunate, so I completely forgot about that. but oh well, not a huge deal. I kind of wanted to get the ultimate going in. Maybe I should have, but then again, I'm not super worried about points most of the time with these. On the off chance we don't kill, which it looks like we're going to, I might actually be able to... I don't know if I should stall a turn and go for the ult, because she's gonna disable everything that I have after the first turn. I don't know why, but it stalls really hard right there on this now for some reason. I think maybe we go for the kill. Oh, I'm dumb. Damn. Rip. Oh well. Alright. I guess we'll stall for a turn. We have the ult. Maybe the ult will do a ton of damage. I don't know. Maybe the detonate would be the better card. Maybe the idea would be to wait for them to get higher ultimate and then hit them with the level 3. Ooh, the cancel's kind of annoying as well, because having that bond gift would be really nice. I'll try to use this. We'll see how that goes. I'm assuming it might kill. Yeah, 1.1 mil. I think that will actually finish the damage challenge, the 450k. So that alone was 4k score. So that's not too bad. I think I'm not exactly sure what you would need to do. Maybe getting like the Abon ult like turn 1 as well as getting it turn 2, so that way you get like big points for big damage in both phases. Is the way to get the big score there. I'm not exactly sure, but honestly, pretty easy. I mean, it's kind of outdated. Like I said, it's been a year since we've had this originally, and unless you're just like a super try-hard, you're probably not going to get, like, there's a huge gap. It goes from 5,200 score with the Bond team. That's the highest Bond team there is, and then it goes up to over 6k with the Goddess team. I'm assuming this is with really good RNG. Or just stalling for a while. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but yeah, it doesn't seem like the Bond team can max out as much. But then again, this did just drop, so either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any interesting strats or anything like that, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But other than that, I think that it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, obviously there's some halfway decent stuff that you can get out of the shop, but I don't know. I'm always pretty I don't know. I'm not very excited whenever new final bosses come out. So either way, I'll see you guys in the next video.